What's up you guys? I'm Josh Yee. Welcome back to the series. So today I'm actually going to be teaching something that's a little bit more for the intermediate to advanced 5A player, and it's more of a concept than a trick, but I consider it to be one of the most valuable concepts to learn. It's actually one of the concepts that I developed many years ago, and I find it really helpful for developing freestyle tricks, as well as just getting an understanding of counterweight and 5A yo-yo movement. This concept is going to open up a lot of understanding of being able to control both the counterweight and the yo-yo at the same time, but also have them do different things simultaneously. This concept is called glow stringing, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so I know that looks like a lot. I'm going to actually break this down to multiple different steps so you can kind of understand greatly what's going on. Essentially what's happening is that you have the yo-yo performing a set of movements, and the counterweight is basically doing a series of rebounds off different parts of my body. It's going off my wrist, on the top, on the bottom, it's going off my elbow and shoulder, it's going off of my leg and my knee. Pretty much it's just all sorts of parts of the body that I can rebound off of, I'm incorporating into this trick, while the yo-yo is still maintaining movement. This concept is named and largely inspired by the movements that come with glow stringing or glow sticking. In glow stringing, there's a lot of movement happening all at once, in both hands, involving rebounds off different parts of the body, and wraps and spins happening on another part of your hand. So let's start with the first part of the trick, and that is the movement on the free hand involving the yo-yo. Essentially what's happening here is I'm mainly staying in a trapeze mount, but what's happening is I am actually going to be revolving the yo-yo around my pointer finger, causing a bunch of wraps, like so, and then I'm unrolling them into a trapeze. I can also reverse roll them by using my thumb here to allow the yo-yo to go over, and then rolling up on the bottom section of the string. So again, we're here, rolling up, unrolling, rolling under, rolling back. I'm also combining a couple of variations of this. There's times when I am maybe unrolling and re-rolling just twice, like so, or maybe even just one time and reversing it back, like that. You can practice rolling and unrolling these trapezes over and over again until you get a really good idea of what that feels like, and it should get to the point where it starts to feel second nature. When you start to get a good feeling of this, you could start to involve movement. If the yo-yo is rotating in a direction to your right, you can move your hand to the right to follow it, and vice versa. If it's going to the left, you can rotate your hand to the left to kind of follow it. You can also do the reverse of this to kind of create a different look and motion. The next concept within this trick is going to be counterweight movement. So essentially what's happening here is we have our counterweight, and we're going to practice trying to do just some basic rebounds off of our wrist and arm on our free hand side. You can pinch the string either with an upward palm or a downward palm, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. What we're going to practice doing is we're just going to have our free hand arm out, and you can practice bouncing the counterweight off the top and bottom of your arm, just like that. Now what you're going to do with this is you're going to start incorporating the unrolling and rolling up of the yo-yo as you're doing this. And you can actually do this with a dead yo-yo like I have here. Kind of just focus on it and then unroll the yo-yo. Then you can re-roll it, unroll it, re-roll it, until this starts to feel really comfortable. You can start adding some of that back and forth movement here, like so. Once you get the idea of this really well, you can start rolling 3 times or 4 times, unrolling twice, going back. There's a bunch of variations you can really work on with this. Now let's figure out what other areas of the body we can rebound off of. So a variation you can do is while you're in the rebounds off the wrist, when the counterweight comes from the bottom, meaning it hits the bottom of your wrist and it comes swinging this way towards your right, or if you're throwing the opposite side towards your left, you can rebound it off of the bottom of your elbow and shoulder area, like this. I like to combine this with maybe 1 repetition and then go back into my over-under bounces on this side. So again, from the bottom, hits off, and then you're back into this over-under. Combining that with the rolling and unrolling motion of the yo-yo, looks like this. You can also rebound the counterweight off the top of the same area by bouncing after the counterweight bounces off of the top of your freehand. Now let's combine all those concepts together and see what it looks like. You can also incorporate bouncing the counterweight off of your knee over here. What this would look like is the counterweight's going to bounce off the top of your freehand wrist over here, and as it comes over, you're going to kind of lift your leg up over here, and you can bounce the counterweight off the side of your knee. Off here, off the knee. You can also experiment by having the counterweight bounce off your knee, and then you can stick your shoulder out and bounce off the top part of your shoulder over here as well. Combining all these motions together is going to look like this. To add a little extra flourish to these kind of combos, I like doing what's called a magic pull. Essentially what it is I am rotating and revolving the yo-yo twice to make 2 wraps around my pointer finger on my freehand, and then I allow the counterweight to also do 2 wraps around my freehand pointer finger in the same direction, but behind where the yo-yo did the wraps. What this allows me to do is then take the counterweight and unwrap all the strings at the same time, leaving me in a trapeze. When you start getting more comfortable with this trick, you can find yourself immediately getting into that wrap to make the ending of the trick look really stylish. There's also other things you can do with this trick. You can practice other sorts of rebounds. You can go on the inside of the leg, you can go off your other leg, you can actually wrap the counterweight around your wrist a couple times if you want to experiment with that. You can even go off your head if you really want to. Play around with this concept a lot, as you're probably going to find a lot of different possibilities for involving the counterweight and the yo-yo spinning at the same time that you might not have ever thought of before. Thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, I am Josh Yee. Make sure to subscribe so you can keep up with future videos and future tutorials, and I'll catch you guys later.